Hello everyone, welcome to our end of the month Pioneer event here at Card in sunny Sunnyvale, California. I'm Kyle Mendoza. I'm joined by Eric Liu once again as our special guest commentator for this week.
Hello everyone, we're here to bring you 4 rounds of Pioneer gameplay here at the end of the month championship here at Card Art once again. Who do we have for our first matchup here, Kyle?
Yeah, so we're gonna have Zane on Mono Blue Mill as our player 1 versus Willow Vipton, a player you've seen a lot on camera before, on Amalia today.
I know you are a long-running mill player, Kyle. What predictions and expectations do you have for this matchup here?
For this matchup, since Zane is on the Mono Blue variant, is very much going to rely on the gas effect going to this matchup. So it's be very interesting to see if Willow. It really does depend, because if Willow can't hit any of their combo pieces, and Zane just has the most gas top decks, it should be favored for Zane. But I think post Cyborg gets a little bit rough, considering that there's not as much interaction compared to the Demir list.
I do have to agree here. I've played against both players quite a few times here at the store, and I do think that it comes down to a coin flip, really. If Zane is able to get all the cards he needs at the correct time, mill goes so fast you can kind of mill him out. But at the same time, Willow on Amalia combo, even if some pieces get sent to the graveyard, you can still bring them back with stuff like Return to the Ranks. And so I think it will come down really to a coin flip, and I guess we will see how it goes. Looks like our players are ready for us now.
So look, we're gonna have a die roll here. I'm not sure actually you're one, because I can't really tell, but it looks like we can get into game number 1 here. Mother Blue Mill once again versus Amalia combo. Now, I really am curious, because I don't know, because I'm doing Zane, as basically the Pioneer Mill guy here at the store.
Yeah, Zane did win one end of the month, I think. Unfortunately, it was before we started streaming, so we don't have any video of that. But we've been trying to get him back on, actually, debut on stream for a while now, and finally we've been able to.
Yeah, obviously around number 1, where it's the easiest to get someone on camera. But, so it looks like both players are going to mold down to 6 here. So, I think the ideal hands you probably do want from Zane here is probably land crab, into turn 3 Tashas. And then for Willow, they just make this have to have the combo in hand. Or I don't know the exact deck list Willow is on, but if the Aetherflux Reservoir gets milled out, it's pretty bad news as well.
Yeah, like you're saying, Amalia tends to pack nowadays a alternative win con in the form of Aetherflux Reservoir, or sometimes even Dean, a Soul Steeper, in order to try and get their win con out, even if Amalia might not do it. So very interested to see what Willow is playing today. Unfortunately, we don't have deck lists here.
Oh, so it looks like it's gonna be looks like Zane has 1 land, 2 Tomb Scour, a Magic Cacophony, a Mind Sculpt, and an Ashiok here. So we're gonna keep this 1 lander. Pretty interesting. Like the fact that both players are basically on triple sleeve as well.
Alright.
There it is. So I don't like these arts. I can't tell what it is.
Lunarch Aspirant, maybe? I don't think I have the name right, but it's one of the...
So we're gonna Tome Scout here. We're gonna mill 5 off the top here. This is a card you don't really see that much in general. So we're gonna. I can't tell what the 5 are, unfortunately, with the glare here, but not a bad start for Zane. Turn 2 now for Willow. I think ideal turn 2 play is probably just gonna be the Amalia. So we're gonna go to combat. Swinging
in.
Zane's gonna take 1. You're on the 19 here.
Yeah, in this matchup, it's pretty safe for Willow to jam important cards on 2 or on 3, since Zane does not have a ton of removal here.
The Innkeeper comes out.
Prosperous Innkeeper.
We have... Oh.
So Prosperous Innkeeper coming out for Willow. For those of you who know the deck well, this is a very important card for Amalia to combo off, since just ETBing will net you 1 life, and then that sets off the whole chain reaction between Amalia and Wildgrowth Walker.
So we're actually gonna top deck a Fable Passage here. We're gonna play another Tome Scourer. So that's 10 cards now in the graveyard. Can't really. Unfortunate that we don't really have much to see with the glare there, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But Zane not having the best start though. Like double Tome Scourer is not the ideal start you want this matchup. You really want to have either like a double crab, or even more so like because you're mono blue, you need to have interaction.
Yeah, unfortunately for Zane, you only have one kind of crab here in Pioneer.
Amalia is gonna be jammed out now for Willow. So we're going to potentially, yeah, we're gonna start exploring here, but not the full combo yet. So we still have some time, some breathing room here for Zane.
Are you able to pronounce that whole name?
I would not even try. I was just saying Amalia. I would not even bother trying to pronounce the entire thing.
So Amalia, the namesake card for the deck here. For those of you who don't know, whenever you gain life, Amalia explores. And then, so what you do with that is you set off a chain reaction with Wild Growth Walker, which we'll hopefully see soon here. With Wild Growth Walker, every time a creature explores, then it gains a counter and also gains life, and then it just keeps going until Amalia gets to 20 life.
So we got
And then
Deep
just-
Cavern Bats. Go into the graveyard for Amalia here.
Cavern, not cavern. Might be a dash. Oh, there it is.
Gonna swing. Amalia can't swing yet, that's what I say. But so we're gonna swing for 3 damage here. Oh, actually, only 2. I
Should
forgot.
be 2.
Yeah, right.
Innkeeper and Lunarch Veteran? That's right. Veteran, I think.
So we're gonna draw here. Looks like a Tosh is in the hand here for Zane, so not the worst thing ever. We're gonna play at the Olawara though.
Yeah, we were
So-
discussing before the game started, actually. Tasha's resolving here. We're talking about Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Resolving here could be a blowout for Willow's deck because a lot of the key cards in the deck are very low costed. So it means Resolve Tasha's can potentially mill up to, I don't know, 13 to 18 cards here.
I think at least like 15 actually, minimum. So here we go. Start the count here. Oh, the Aether Function Reservoir is again.
Like we were saying before, there goes the alternate win con.
Wow, so that's the one. I mean, WinCon's already out for Willow here.
I think there might have been more than one Wild Growth Walker in there too.
Yeah, so all exiled. Looks like a good, like, 15, 16 cards there.
Yeah, and
Along with
Tasha's
looks like the Reservoir going away.
definitely. Tasha's exiling is also very relevant here in this matchup because there's things like Extraction Specialist and even Return to the Ranks that could get a key creature back from the graveyard. But since they're exiled, that's not a possible line for Willow anymore here.
So we're going to start Coco.
Galactic Company, let's see what he hits off of that.
So we're going to... Not sure... I mean, I think you still want to try to go with the combo here. You just have to get the combo now, along with...
Looks like a Sentinel, the Nameless City, and an Extraction Specialist. So, Specialist, when it ETBs, it will grab 1, I think 2 mana cost or lower. Creature back from the grave. Ah, there it is. Yeah.
So the specialist will resolve.
We're going to get the Wild Growth.
There's the Wild Growth Walker.
So the combo is going to come off here, and then Willow just most likely is just going to pop off, infinitely almost explore basically.
Yeah, we should
And-
bring Wild Growth Walker on the screen for people who don't know that card.
Yeah, so Wild Growth Walker from Rival. So right, is it Rivals Ixalan? Where you got? No, Lost Caverns Ixalan is the correct name. So basically, what's going to happen here is Amalia's going to feed off this and going to explore until lethal here in this swing. So game should just be over here.
Yeah, unfortunately, the card that Willow got here was Wild Growth with Amalia still on the board. If Amalia still had Summoning Sickness, then Zane does have one more turn to try and deal with this huge looming threat, but unfortunately, it was just too fast there.
Yeah, unfortunately, So one thing I don't really love about the mono blue list is you don't have a lot of ways to deal with, the graveyard interaction, because you need to have the A shot out on turn 3 for anything. It's just really rough too once Amalia is able to barely build a combo up since you have no way to deal with it.
Yeah, at least in modern, the more common build for mill would be Demir, so blue blacks, which gives you access to stuff like Ashiok, like you were saying. Also, Fatal Push and other forms of just straight card removal to try and deal with this Amalia, because ultimately, if you take one piece off the board, then the Amalia player is forced to respect that and also react to it, try and get their combo pieces back online again, and then try and go for the combo again. And sometimes, that one turn or two turns that you are able to blank them is actually the just the necessary steps that they need in order to win.
Yeah, also unfortunately as well, because we are in this mono blue shell, you're not gonna have access to the end murderous, so deadly cover up. A lot of the ways is to be able to stop the combo completely. So unfortunately here, the all gasless might be detrimental for Zane here.
Yeah, because ultimately, all gas is good in certain matchups, but it really. You don't have the tools you need to get around the more complicated matchups here, unfortunately.
Yeah, so Willow, I'm not too sure what is exactly in the Amalia sideboard, but I don't think you are going to sideboard much out, considering you are just a combo deck, maybe just 1 and 2 cards. Well, Zane, even though I do play mill, I'm not too sure what Zane's packing in this mono blue show, so a lot of your options are very limited. You can't really have... Oh! Maybe some Winds of Rebuke would be nice.
That's true.
Just to bounce the Amalia... Just not Amalia, but just to bounce one of the combo pieces before going off is nice.
Yeah, let's see. I really don't know what what Amalia could bring in for this matchup. Maybe Thoughtseize or something of that nature. Try and get some of these mill cards out of the hand.
Yeah, maybe Thoughtseize, maybe a Liliana the Veil as well. Actually, is not even bad as well. And then you're also gonna have a consideration. You're also gonna consider as well the Fatal Push, which you can bring in, but there's only 4 creatures in the deck, so it's really debatable it's even worth it or not to bring in against Zane.
Yeah, like we were saying, unlike Modern Mill, where you get 8 crabs, you only have 4 here, which, again, is kind of Zane's downfall here, unfortunately, because you can't just rely on Ruin Crab and Hedron Trap to try and get you the win here. Although, there is a chance here, because I'm actually pretty surprised Will is back on Amalia combo. They've been playing vampires and other decks for quite a couple weeks now, because whenever I ask them about it, they're like, oh, Amalia feels really bad because I just lose to the deck itself. Because as some of you might know, in Pioneer trying to run a 3-color deck is kind of difficult in terms of consistency. And so there's definitely been a lot of games where they lost where they just couldn't get the correct colors they needed.
Yeah, and even considering all that as well, it's... I mean, I was talking to Willow outside earlier, and they said that they didn't know it's the end of the month, so they wouldn't have brought this deck otherwise.
Gotcha.
We would have probably did see Willow on the vampires if they just did remember it's the end of the month, unfortunately. But it's cool to see them always play one of their many decks that they own.
Oh, Charles is saying in chat, yeah, 3 Thoughtseize, pushes, bats. Yeah, Deep Cavern Bat's another great card here for Amalia. It has lifelink to set off Amalia, but it also strips a card out of the opponent's hand. And if the opponent really doesn't have any removal, then, it's just gone forever.
Yeah, I mean, actually, if I remember correctly, Zane is actually on the 2 A-Shock main 2 A-Shock sideboard. So Zane can just bring. I assume Zane's on jam all 4 in this matchup. Wow, we're listening to get up from their seat, looking at Maxwell Lee and someone else. I don't know the name, but Max is borrowing my Maze's End deck tonight, so there could be some complications happening.
I think Max's opponent is borrowing a deck from Willow. That's why they went up and over there.
That's pretty funny. So hopefully, I hope to see Max win. So there's an excuse to bring him on stream. You can see some Mazes End action happening.
Yeah, Mazes End Gates is an archetype we saw early on in the Pioneer format, but honestly hasn't seen much play recently. But I know you personally piloted the deck recently against some of our friends, and got some pretty surprising results, I would say.
Hey, I'm just saying, I'm undefeated in our practice games.
So hopefully we can bring that on stream and show all of you.
I think I drew 3 straight.
Yeah.
I drew 2 and then my
But
top
let's see. Looks like they're shuffling up.
double which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Still gives me 4 mana.
Yeah.
So both players still shuffling. This is quite a long shuffle, if anything.
Yeah, but looking at chat, yeah, Charles, I think you're right. All the players that tend to play meta decks jumped onto Amalia pretty early on, so there was quite a while in the store where we actually had 3 or 4 Amalia players pretty consistently.
Also, Zytus, I think we do have about 24, 23 players tonight for our Pioneer in the month, which is another big showing because like last time we had like 22. And on top of that as well, we have a lot of the grinders here tonight.
Yeah.
With a lot of the RC grinders and Pro Tour grinders are here, so it's gonna be pretty interesting that we have a lot of high quality players here. This randomly out of nowhere.
Yeah, lots of people we've seen on stream before. Matt Shu, Ben, Ting Fang. Hopefully we'll get to see some of them come on stream later today.
A classic round 4 Ting Fang versus Ben. That would be there's no way around it. It's going to happen.
Let's see if we'll live up to the reputation.
So we're gonna have a Fatal Passion be played from Zane here, getting an island in the mono blue deck. While we have a Blossoming March. I'm pretty sure that's the card name.
Blooming Marsh.
Blooming Marsh for Willow here, and just passing. Assuming I'm just gonna assume there's a push here, potentially. Well, ideally, you'd be turning one Thoughtseize or Duress in here if you do have it.
Yeah, but it didn't happen, so let's see.
So we're gonna have. So Willow's just gonna tap the deck here. No need to cut it. We trust our opponents here in the store. So we're gonna have a Intu's Rivet into Magic Cacophony. So if you're an EDH player, you might have seen this card running around, but if you're playing Mono, you definitely don't really see it that much. But it does exist. It's basically a power crept, I say Mind Sculpt, but it's just better. Each opponent mills 8 cards, and this combos off really well with Fracture Sanity, Fraying Sanity, with the enchantment that you mill half your library. If you're able to kick this for 4, 5, 6 mana, you are going to win the game on the spot. So a little bit scary now. So we're gonna have the Innkeeper come out. Willow's down to 18, but we're gonna have the Ruin Crab come out. If you haven't seen this card before, you can't recognize it because it's in the Japanese manga promo, Old Borders. So mill 3, we'll pass here.
Mill Powerhouse Ruin Crab. I also like to point out, this is actually one of the matchups where Amalia kind of, I would say thrives because, like I was saying before, Amalia being a 3-color deck makes the mana base really inconsistent, and so in order to make that happen, they run a lot of shocks, but specifically also they run Mana Confluence. And so usually in a lot of other matchups, you're actually really afraid of taking your own life total down to a really critical low. But since you're up against Mono Blue Mill, there's actually no danger of taking yourself down to 5 life, 4 life, you know.
Yeah, like you're in this matchup, you're not gonna ever get beaten down. You're not gonna get close to even killing yourself with all the shocks you're having. So you're very much just chilling. So speaking of which, we're gonna shock again down to 16. There's no need not to. And then, this is not what you don't want to see run Zane's in. We have 2 of the 3 combo pieces out now, and now we're just missing Amalia. Oh, actually, yeah, we do have. No, you gain 3 life from the Royal Grove. Yes. No? I'm not too sure if we're missing some life here or not, because we should be down to 18. I'm pretty sure. Or 16. So we're gonna have Tasha's come out here. We can see 001.
3, 5, 8, 9, 10.
Eighth of Flux Reservoir hit again. Also, we saw the Sylvan Safekeeper comes in, which is pretty interesting. And Amalia gets it as well, so
It's 2 Amalias.
Yeah, so no Amalias in the library.
wait, so all the Amalias are gone actually.
Eight of Flux.
So looks like sounds like there's 2 in graveyard and there's 2 that got exiled. So the combo's actually is completely gone.
Yeah, although it's not completely over for Willow yet. We saw last game, Extraction Specialist is in the deck. They might also be running stuff like Return to the Ranks. So being in the graveyard is not definitively the end yet,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I did see one Return the Ranks get Tasha, so we're gonna have Tashi's come out here.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what's in the hand for Zane here. Willow should be down to 17.
Well, I think they're waiting to see if it resolves.
Will Zane actually spell pierce this? That is a question. Because like it doesn't think there's not much in hand.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other. Oh, actually, we have
Fading
comes
Home.
out. We're gonna bounce the Wild Growth Walker. Now this is a card I don't.
Ah,
really
yes, Lively
personally
Dirge
don't
as
really-
well. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, so Willow definitely still has a couple of live options here, so we wouldn't count them out yet.
So Fading Hero will return the Wild Growth Walker back to the hand here.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
We have 18 cards left in the library here. Ooh, this is not where you want to be if you're on Willow's side here. Do you just want to scoop it up if you just have no more win cons? Is this so potentially that Zane can't see the rest of the deck? Doing some calc.
It is possible.
We're counting. Willow's just trying to decide whether it's worth it to scoop it now and how winnable it is right now with potentially, I don't know how many Return the Ranks in the deck, or just try to play it out where it's already a losing battle.
This is definitely kind of rough. I think that she counted 18 cards left in deck, which, with a single crab, that's not too long. If Zane can just get another crab on the field or have another mill spell, I think that's game.
Zane just hoping that something does not happen here if it doesn't want. We're gonna actually play Sylvan Safekeeper?
Oh no, Tomio safekeeping.
Oh, Tommy Safekeeper. That's I knew it was something Safekeeper.
It gets indestructible and hexproof.
So we're gonna protect the Wild Growth Walker here. How's it gonna resolve?
Yeah.
Take one.
Wow, the game actually might be over here.
I mean, it's hard to say. Fading Hope not resolving actually is not the end of the world here for Zane.
There's 18 cards left in the library here. Zane
Yeah.
has Jace, the Perfected Mind.
Oh.
Jace -5, mill 15, bring it down to 3. Bring her
Yeah,
down
I
to 3
think that's
cards.
game.
There's not much you can do in this situation here, sadly.
A land off the top of the deck actually ensures that this game.
Yeah, land off the top guarantees the game here. But let's see. I mean, if you shall land, you win the game. But if you're Zane here, you definitely just want to, for sure, just play. Yeah, you just want to play the Jace here, -5, worst case scenario, get Willow down to 3. The chances of winning the game are very low at that point.
Land, field, Jace ultimate. Nah, Charles, I think that line actually doesn't get Willow.
Yeah, because if you, Charles is saying in the chat, the land, field, Jace ult the game, you can't do, you're not going to win the game there, because there's only 6 cards.
Off of Crab, yeah.
6 cards of crab, then you only have only 3 off the Jace to Perfected Mind, because it'd be completed. Only comes in with 3 counters.
Yeah,
So
with
there's
the
only
mill,
15
9
cards. So you're actually going to be, like, you're getting actually, like,
Yeah, and
the same amount.
there's actually no reason to field here. Having a land here and playing Jace the Perfected Mind actually is just game. Because you can ult Jace for
15.
yeah, for 3 times 5 for 15, and then the land gets you the extra 3.
12, 13, 14, 15.
Down to
Although
3
with-
cards left now for Willow.
Yeah, I mean Zane's at
There it is. I think that's the other Return the Ring's gone.
Oh,
So that's both Return the Ring's gone, I'm pretty sure.
that should be it.
That should be a game. But obviously, I think Willow's just going to play it out, potentially.
I'm just gonna stack this.
Yeah, you go.
Yep, and we're going to scoop it up right there on the spot. So,
Going into game 3 here in round 1.
yep. So just get Return the Ring's out, and then, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's game.
Oh,
Oh,
they're not
actually,
scooping
they're
it
not
up
scooping,
yet.
Really? I thought I heard Willow say they're scooping it up.
I thought so too, to be honest.
Maybe it was a never mind moment.
It is still technically possible for Willow to win here, but she doesn't need Amalia. Oh, there's the extraction
This
specialist.
is actually where Amalia can come out.
Yeah, this is what I was saying. Although there is a very strange line. Oh, Kyle, do you want to put the life totals back since we're not resetting?
So Zane's at 17, Willow's at 19. So we're actually going to have extraction specialist grab Amalia? Or Bat here? Or he can grab both, I forgot.
No, you can only grab one. Yeah, bat for information might be kind of interesting. Because the problem with Amalia here is I don't think Amalia actually guarantees the win, because there is a particular line you could take where you just buff up the Wild Growth Walker, but not actually wipe the board. But the problem is then you don't have enough power to get around the crab.
Yeah, I don't think we can get the win either way, though.
To just leave it on top.
Yeah. I mean, it puts Willow in a position to win, because if she wipes with Amalia here,
Keep it on top.
then Zane has 1 turn exactly to find an answer, and Crab will be gone. So he has to top deck something for him to win here.
71.
Yeah, so we're going to 71 life for Willow. That's the life total we're going to be at.
Then trigger Amalia.
We're just gonna say Willow's life total is irrelevant here.
Yeah, Willow's the 71. We're going to have a block come in. Actually, the crab is going to die, right?
Yeah, so Crab is gonna die here because of the board wipe.
Yeah.
And so Zane needs something here, unfortunately.
I mean, Zane has the land here.
Yeah, if he drew another Crab off the top, that is immediately game. Any mill spell is also
I mean,
game.
you use into sack here, you use mill.
Miss 4.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the rivulet, right?
Yeah, Riverlet. You're gonna stack Riverlet and this mill 4 off the top. You don't need to top deck anything. You don't need to top deck anything. You just win the game on the spot. It's already been out since turn 2.
That is another spicy tech in this deck that Zane has. Even when you have no mill spells, you just have a mill spell in your land base. How good is that?
Deployed. On
just a worse version of Cephalid Coliseum.
Well, they're both gone, yeah.
Yeah. All 4 are gone.
How dare it not be a first draw? So Zane's gonna take game number 2 here.
Actual white.
Now we're gonna game 3 now. Zane on the draw actually is gonna matter because Amalia hitting turn D first is pretty huge.
Yeah, and like we were saying, Zane doesn't really have much interaction. We know he has Fading Hope now, but even then, maybe that's a 4 of, and if he doesn't draw it, it might be game. Well, as we can see, round 1 is kind of a back and forth slugfest. Whoever has the pieces they need for their combo just gets it.
Draw in this matchup.
You see in the background here, I don't know how fast Matt G played their game, but he is in the background eating a bowl of noodles.
Yeah, like
Having a second one.
How did we get to the point where you finish round 1 so fast that you're just gonna eat and watch everyone play?
Ju, definitely one of our more impressive players here at the store. Part of the RCQ, shall we say, grinders.
Yeah, it's one of the grinders here in the Bay Area. MXP Tacoma winner last year chose not to go to Tacoma this year to try to defend our title, which is fine because going to a new modern is not really worth the trip at times, especially with Emery Street just releasing. Yeah, Nick and Chad talking about slick shot show off. I I mean, I don't think Matthew's on any type of aggro deck like that.
I like it in this matchup.
Or
Yeah.
probably did face a slick shot, but I don't think he would lose to a deck like that. Considering
Last deck I knew he was playing was Quintorius combo, which honestly is also kind of a fast deck. You just play land go until you have your combo and just go off.
I think last week he was actually on Lotus combo, so pretty interesting to see.
It's all the stuff I want exiled. With Extraction Specialist, like I don't want them sitting in the grave. I can avoid it.
4 players talking about Extraction Facials, so it's pretty interesting. The Extraction Specialist actually makes life a little bit weird for the mill deck, because you're also just feeding into the Amalia game plan as well, where the mill just doesn't matter at that point, and you can't have no way to really remove the card unless you have,
If I had it,
I guess, Fading Hope.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit weird here for the mill deck. It's one of those matchups where, like, yes, you're milling them out and pressing your advantage, but you're also filling their yard, and, you know, sometimes it might actually help them because it's just another resource for them to be able to sift through.
I definitely like it more, but it wasn't an option.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if it's not in your hand, it's not in your hand.
This matchup really just depends on Zane hitting Aetherflux Reservoir, and that's really it.
Yeah, because honestly, if Zane is able to Tasha's not only Aetherlux Reservoir, but also Amalia here, that honestly just gets him the win. 'Cause even on the board, he's not under that much pressure just from most of Willow's other creatures, seeing as most of them are 1/1s.
Looks like we're getting into game number 3 here. Looks like double land, looks like triple land here. Spell Pierce, Fractured Sanity, Ashiok, and Tome Scour for Zane. While Willow is, I can't tell what's in Willow's hand, but
Yeah, I can't see at all.
I'm still thinking about it.
Does Willow play Dina? I'm gonna say I don't think so, but at the same time, the glare is really bad, so we haven't been able to see all of Willow's deck in the discard pile yet.
Tome Scour now, Bill 5. Looks like a Coco. I saw a Coco, and I guess another Innkeeper. Blooming Marsh now.
We saw the Sentinel during game 1, Charles. So that's why I'm super not sure what the list is like right now.
Amalia. Trigger. Gain. Trigger. Okay.
So we have the Amalia come out now for Willow. So we have part 1, combo part 1 now. Now you can get the other 2 pieces and we'll be online. So Mind Sculpture will come out. Mill 7. Really, you gotta get all the best, you gotta get all the blue cards you can for Mill. Not that many though.
Yeah, it looks like Zane also has 2 Rivulets in his hand this time around.
Oh!
Wild Growth Walker coming in, trigger the veteran.
Trigger here.
This might be game here.
Yeah, this actually might be game. Uh-oh. So, Willow's gonna pop off, get all these lands. And second Amalia off the top.
17 times.
Oh, here we go, 17 times.
He does, but he's also tapped out.
57.
Zane, I think, was a little bit too ambitious here.
Yeah, 57.
Not keeping up any mana for the interaction. He saw the Amalia come down turn 2, and he said, "I don't care."
Yeah, that's just it. Willow just wins the game on the spot on turn 3.
My hand was literally just.
I had a feeling.
So, not much we can comment on. Just Amalia being Amalia. That's really about it.
Yeah, and especially with Zane being on such an uninteractive version of Mill, he really needed to be a little more careful there in game 3. If he had kept up any form of interaction at all, that would have blanked Willow one more turn and let him play that Ashiok that was in hand, and that might actually made all the difference.
The bounce.
Yeah, this is unfortunate to see. Unfortunate to see that happen for Zane on camera. It's Amalia, so there's not much you can do, as Amalia has basically been like the deck to beat, even with like the Phoenix and the Rakdos Vampire being number 1. We all know that Amalia has the most explosive deck that can just win out of nowhere.
Yeah, definitely. Amalia, Amalia loses more to itself more than anything. It doesn't really have a ton of terrible matchups here, so I think slowly we're going to see more of a resurgence of Amalia decks here at the store now that we're getting more into a creature-based meta again.
Yeah, also, like, especially since, like, decks like the Mono Black Wasteland deck has, like, very much fallen out of favor in, like, the Pioneer meta game. Like, not just locally, but just, like, overall. Where Amalia was just struggle because the combo pieces would be stripped from them, like, non-stop in their hand.
Yeah, it's where we see the meta shift very organically. If somebody brings more mono black, then Amalia falls off, some of the other decks start to fall off. And then now that we're seeing more mono green again at the store, actually, Amalia comes back because Amalia is actually a very explosive deck against that kind of style. And so as we go through from week to week, our general meta very much kind of evolves and shifts in unpredictable ways, I would say.
Yeah, like, it's just a little bit unfortunate though, like, especially for Zane there, because that, I mean, there's not much you can do. Like, you had to bank on basically that on that game number 3, not to have Wild Growth Walker in the hand, which you saw turn to Amalia. So it's a bit unfortunate. And as Nick says in the chat here, Amalia kills Devotion, which I'm not too knowledgeable about, but Devotion is a pretty neat deck that I don't think we have anyone on tonight.
Not that we've seen so far. But yeah, Devotion is primarily a creature-based strategy. There's not a lot of alternative win cons that you can try and play in that style deck. And so once you build out your board, Amalia coming down and just wiping the board really sets you back, and that usually is the game.